Thank you, brother. Greetings, Toastmasters and guests. You've heard greetings. You heard a lot of good things about Toastmasters. You're balanced in your life, etc. Right? So let's get down to a little bit of business about membership. How do I become one of those Toastmasters that they was talking about earlier? And how do I integrate Toastmasters into my personal life and still be a success no matter what, left, right, front, back, all those different directions, right? Because a Toastmasters membership is really, really, really life-sustaining. Why you say that, Larry? Life-sustaining because everybody want to be great. Who don't want to be great in here? Who don't want to be successful? Everybody want to be great and be successful. Here's a thought for you. No matter what you're doing, if you don't continue to improve your self skills, your life skills, and all those type of things, at some point, you're going to start to die off and you're going to be a dinosaur. And that dinosaur will still be remembered because we still think about dinosaurs today, right? But do we still think about that one intricacy in our life where we say we're going to get to the next level no matter what? Here's a vehicle that will always get you to that next level. It's because of how you look at it. And looking at it as a Toastmasters membership, that's something great. It's really, I believe that all adults, no matter who they are, professional, personal, or no matter what, should spend some time in Toastmasters. Because Toastmasters has a lot of things at an affordable rate, and also you got a good society. Look around. Look around at all these good people. No matter where you go, you meet good Toastmasters, right? What does Toastmaster mean to me? I got introduced to Toastmaster back in 2011 in Harker Heights, Texas. I was in a leadership forum, and one of the speakers was a Toastmaster. And they started talking about what Toastmaster is and how it could help out NCOs, non-commissioned officers, how it can help out commissioned officers, warrant officers alike, right? With that, I'm sitting back there, I'm listening. I got three things going on. One, I know I got troops in here on mission. Two, I got to make sure that the mission tomorrow is going to happen. I'm thinking about all kinds of things as first sergeant, right? But I heard something. I heard something that resonated with me that I would need in my future self, right? Then, with that being said, fast forward, because of deployments and life and all that, fast forward, I didn't really connect with Toastmasters till 2019. 8 years later, I didn't forget about it because I resonated with it. You see that connection? You're going to resonate with something here in a minute. I guarantee you. You're not going to walk out of here without resonating with something because that's just how Toastmasters is. Okay, here I am, 8 years later, done moved my business to Atlanta, Georgia. I got the first sergeant mentality in my head. What the first sergeant mentality is? Aggressive, you got to do it no matter what in that. This is what the mission is. This is how you're going to do it. Okay, move out. Make it happen. Then let me know what happened, right? That's the first sergeant mentality. People are destined to follow the leadership of the first sergeant because it's an organization where that type of desires help save lives. Okay, news flash, First Sergeant Mac, you are not in the military in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So I started losing the connection with all these business deals. And I noticed the dollar figure started sliding a little bit. So when the dollar figure slide a little bit, don't you wake up? Yeah. And that's what happened. So I'm laying in the bed, got that iPad, looking at those different bank accounts and said, no, this ain't working. Because my colleagues didn't want to work with me because I was too direct. So I'm thinking, didn't even really sleep that night. So I said, okay, what I got to do? So I Googled Toastmaster Club near me. And guess what popped up on number one? There you go. Say it again. Toastmasters of Centerville. I said, okay, they meeting on Thursdays. I moved some stuff to the side, said, I'm going. I went to Toastmasters of Centerville that Thursday night in November. And I started sitting there and I'm listening, I'm looking around, I'm like, yeah, I need this. Because everybody talked with a little bit of etiquette. Everybody that was even the table topics, right? Talking with etiquette, and they was talking where they wasn't forcing somebody to be what in that First Sergeant Mac. It was a collective type of buy-in type thing. So I said, okay, here it is, Larry. You need this. At that moment, I said, okay, I just got to find out what I got to do to become a member and start and get to work. And guess what? The call to action came before the meeting was over with. And I went back to the house and I got online that membership application that Linda was talking about. I filled that joke out and I called them up, not knowing that, yeah, I became a member the first week of December, and middle of December, now I'm vice president of public relations. Linda, what's that? She said, don't worry about it, we're gonna help you out. And guess what? Ended up doing 3 terms as vice president of public relations. I like it because it tied into my business. Advertisement and marketing. It tied in. See how that works? Josh, you're in the right place. You came to the right place. Okay, so Toastmasters mission. What is that Toastmaster mission going to do for me? Right? It's going to make me have 2 things that everybody needs on a day-to-day basis. Communication. Don't we communicate every day? Who all you communicated with this morning the first hour you was up? The people, your loved ones. You communicated with them, right? Hello, how you doing? Then leadership. We've been talking about that. We've been talking about divine leadership, how you get involved, plugged in, and these type of things to better yourself and better community around you. But guess what? I'm going to give you an added benefit. Toastmaster always give you an added benefit. And that added benefit is the public speaking part to it. In order to have someone to look at you as a successful leader and a leader that they want to follow on a regular basis, they got to be able to dictate or articulate the mission. And if you can't do it in a persuasive manner, you ain't motivating me. Impromptu speaking. How many have been to an interview? All right, so you did a little bit of impromptu speaking, right? Got 1 to 2 minutes to give that, or that elevator pitch. How many gave an elevator pitch trying to get the next big gig? Okay, so you did impromptu speaking. Did you think you did a good job? Could you get better? Toastmaster said you can always get better. I'm going to talk about some courses out there, some different things out there that will overshadow your Toastmasters membership if you decide to be the great I am and become a Toastmaster. You can do it today. We got the capability. You can become a Toastmaster today. Tomorrow morning, you're a Toastmaster. Because midnight Mountain Time, your application will be processed. All right? If I go to college and start with public speaking, that added benefit, how much you think you will spend on a public speaking course? About $8 grand, a little bit more. It's according to what kind of course you're going to get into. That being said, you're only going to get about 1 to 4 years or 1 to 2 years of interaction with that course that you paid $8 grand for. Public speaking 1-on-1, 16 weeks, $8,000. Is that affordable? It is with tuition assisted. Get a little bit of tuition assistance, but I'm gonna show you how you can do this thing with your savings that you said, okay, I'm gonna put this back and see how it can help me out. The next thing, who heard of Tony Robbins? Yeah. Tony Robbins got a really good course. Now, all these courses I'm gonna talk about here, I'm not gonna degrade any of them. I'm just gonna show you how Toastmasters is a better deal for you. Got that? Toastmasters is a better deal. Tony Robbins, that joker is gonna charge you about almost 10 grand. And you're gonna only get about 6 months of sessions with it. And guess what? They don't care if you log on and do the work or not. When you're supposed to be online, they don't care if you're gonna be online or not. But what they care about is that your credit card went through. Tony ain't gonna know you, but our district director know you. Our program quality, your club president know you. That's an interaction, right? And that interaction, we need that in order to improve ourselves. If we don't get it, we're gonna lose interest. And when we lose interest, guess what? Our money gone. You don't get a refund with this, especially after you attend that first online session, you don't get no refund. It's all on you after that. The next course that I talk about is John Maxwell. Who know John Maxwell? Yeah. A little north of us here up in Beaufort, right? Yeah. John Maxwell got good courses. He got really good courses. And he also will give you a few more weeks than Tony Robbins would. But John's course is a little cheaper than Tony's. It's about $6 grand. And you only gonna get that time that you're logged on, because if you go in person, now this is online price. If you go in person, it's gonna almost double that, because you're gonna have lunch. They're gonna introduce you to some more speakers, some more influencers. It's almost double. So I gave you the affordable prices on all these courses. You know that, right? The next thing, Dale Carnegie, who heard of him? Yeah. Dale Carnegie is a little bit more affordable, again, only online. And you're gonna get 12 good weeks, because each week is a different session. It's a different requirement. So you're gonna get 12 good weeks. Now, for all these Toastmasters members in here, did you pay that much for your Toastmasters journey? You didn't. Guess what you paid? You paid $60 and then $25 new member fee, $85 for 6 months. So for $120 a year plus the $50, then you're gonna get all these great Toastmasters week after week, month after month, open house after open house, TLI after TLI. You're gonna get all that for $85, $60 and then $60 every 6 months thereafter. And guess what? They ain't gonna wait on you and you be missing for a few weeks. Vice President of Membership, Vice President of Education, they're gonna be calling you because you got to complete some paths. So education gonna be calling you. Then you gotta do that renewal every, how often? 6 months. Every 6 months. So Vice President of Membership gonna be calling, hey Larry, we ain't seen you in about 3-4 weeks. What's going on? I got some things going on. Well, hey, what all you got going on? Can't spare an hour and a half? That's how long a typical Toastmaster meeting is. We call it the power hour. Because if you apply yourself and you stay consistent, you're gonna get a whole lot out of it. Okay, starting out. The instructions that we'll get out of it, the type of discipline that we'll get out of it, the Toastmaster pathways. Right now it's 6 different paths, right? Dynamic leadership, engaging humor, presentation mastery, motivational strategies, right? Visionary communication, and persuasive influence. All those different type things. Can I improve myself on a day-to-day basis in my job, in my community, etc., with these different courses? And guess what? Inside those courses is 5 levels. So by how many speeches you can give in there? You can give probably about 12 to 15 speeches out of that one path. That's enough to step up and say, hey, yeah, I can use this. Because I want to be supervisor. I want to be manager. I'm the boss because I'm CEO. I started an LLC. You got to know how to talk to people. You got to know how to communicate with them. This is the place. Those that are not Toastmasters, the call to action that I'm giving you today is a life journey. Not saying it's dreadful. I'm saying that it's motivating if you apply yourself, and if you put yourself into the shoes of all these other Toastmasters. Look around. Look at the things they're doing. Toastmasters is the great place. Okay. Even further, Larry, what kind of skills that I'm going to get out of a Toastmasters membership? Think about this. Speech writing. You want to write a book? Do you do well on your emails? Impromptu speaking. I'm going to have an interview because I ain't through trying to get higher in my job. So I'm going to have some interviews. Or I might become the person that's doing the interviews. Toastmasters is going to get you ready for it. Critical thinking, building confidence, leadership roles, network, teamwork. Let's talk about leadership roles.
Green.
Okay, gotcha. Leadership roles in Toastmasters, you got a few of them. But let's get to the cost first, right? The cost of it, as I talked earlier, which one is more affordable? It's a rhetorical question, right? Rhetorical question, right? Toastmasters is very affordable, very affordable. If you put $3 a week away, you got your tuition for your Toastmasters the whole year. $3 per week. You're not going to get that from a grant or a scholarship. You get that right there from the taxes that you're supposed to pay, right? Okay, the benefits in the workplace. If I am to become a supervisor or a manager, I got to know how these different roles work. And if I become president, club president, right? If I become vice president of education,
Yeah.
right? If I become vice president of membership, I'm going through the different ones because I saw the green. If I become all of these different roles, then that leadership role that I desire to become manager at my job, I've already been educated on it. I've already took 6 months or a year and I practiced and rehearsed it with great professionals that are going to make sure that I am successful. You don't do that at a job without being criticized or without being evaluated. In Toastmasters, your evaluation is what grows and glows, right? Yeah, we got some things we need to work on, but we're going to highlight and elevate the grows and glows. Can you see the benefit of Toastmasters?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Key in on the ones that in the room that's not a Toastmaster. Can you see a benefit to Toastmaster? $60 plus $25 new membership fee. You can get started today.
Red.
Can you do that today? Call to action. Thank you.